Hello and welcome to our guide on how to get the rigid body achievement in Outer Wilds. So this one is a little tricky. You're gonna need some good flying skills here. So when we start up, we're gonna get into our spaceship, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for the little tiny satellite that goes zooming around Timber Hearth. It's pretty small, but if you keep your eye on Timber Hearth and keep your eye on the horizon, you should eventually spot it. I will say that it does fly. It has a very shallow orbit, and almost comes in contact with some of the geological features of the planet, specifically those geysers. It almost hits those. So if you keep your eye on those geysers, you should eventually see it pass by. And what we're going to do is we're going to follow it and try to match its orbit around Timber Hearth. Because what we have to do is we have to bump into it hard enough to send it out of its orbit. And what we need to do there is make sure that we're not bumping it down into Timber Hearth. Okay, so here it is right here. As you can see, it's going over those geysers, so it will eventually do that for you too. So we just get in line with it and start following it. So it's important that we bump it out of orbit and not directly into Timber Hearth. That doesn't seem to work because I did that the first time and I didn't get the achievement. What I had to do was actually get either underneath it or on the side of it and bump it out that way. So I kind of it takes me a little while here. I'm not the best when it comes to piloting the spaceship, especially for real tight maneuvers like this, because it is a pretty small satellite, but we do eventually get it. Hopefully you're a little bit more skilled at piloting the ship than I am. Now see, once we get real close to it, that's where it starts to get dicey because you start to lose sight of it. But yeah, if you can learn how to get into real good orbits around planets, then the hotshot achievement should be an easier time for you. So yeah, like I said, we can't land on top of it. We just kind of gotta bump it off in a direction that isn't straight down. So I almost hit it there. I'll try one more time here. And ooh, there we go. So there, as you can see, I didn't really hit it too hard. It was just enough to send it out of orbit. So now it's just kind of drifting off into space.